Right, let's go fishing. Look at that parasol mushroom, just there. So we're out on one of our big hiking fishing missions. I've been out in the boat last couple of days and it has absolutely sucked. Well, I mean, for a couple of weeks now there hasn't really been much out there, and the last couple of days has been practically nothing. Literally a couple of mackerel and a small pollock I think we've had over a period of the last few days. So I decided to forget about that, moored up the boat, a bit of wind coming this weekend, and thought I'd go and do some shore fishing. Target species? Anything, really. I mean, it's been that poor. I mean, where we're going, we're probably going to be targeting the bream species again. I've heard there's a few red mullet coming in as well, so that's another one species that I do like to target. Now, part of coming down here is I'm going to get some bait while I'm down here, and hopefully take some bait back with me, and then either tomorrow or a day or two when the weather's calmed down again, after the blow up they're given, go fishing for some red mullet in a different spot, not this spot. I have caught them here, but I don't tend to get them here that much. So, like I say, I have had a night where I had 2 or 3 here, but then I've had a lot more nights where I haven't had any, and I'm using the same sort of setup for the bream, almost the same setup, so they should pick up the bait if they're there. But anyway, we'll see you when we get to the mark. So you can see I've picked up the bait in there. It's the ragworm. I have another pot as well, which I've kept for, which I'll keep for tomorrow. It's a bigger pot than that. It's that big pink one in there. So I've got more in that one. Like I say, I want to save a bit for the next day or two. So I've separated the best ones, because you want to make sure any tails and things that are broken or any worms that are damaged, it's best to use them straight away if you can, because they'll only kill the others if you leave them in and they die and rot. So there we go. Right, well, I'm going to get set up. I'm fishing a slightly different spot. I've fished off here before. It's a little bit more awkward to fish, but it does produce some good fish. But tide's a little low at the moment, but not much I can do about it, because I needed to come and get the bait at low tide, and it's a small tide, so everything's going to be slow. Right, well, we've got 2 rods out now. Tide's still a bit low, nothing much happening. I've got a 2-hook paternoster on one and just a single hook on another, baited with rag and squid, or ragworm. So we'll see how we get on. But like I say, the tide's got to come up quite a bit yet. These nip tides, you really need them to be at least half tide up, if not more, a couple of hours before high tide here. And the time now is, let me see, just gone midnight. I don't know if you can see that. Probably not, it's probably blurring again. Turn that off. Yeah, you'll also see I don't get a signal here, SOS only. Crazy. I'm actually still on Guernsey, but for some reason down here you don't get a signal, a place you could really do with a signal. Anyway, it's not high tide till 4 AM, so we've got 4 hours till high tide. Right, we just had a bite on the rod on the right, which is the squid and that, and just grabbed the camera and it said dead battery, so I've got a feeling it might be on here actually. It's a baby conger again. You get a lot of these little congers around here for some reason. Talk about twisting himself up around the line. Look at that. Let me just shut that off. Just a little baby conger whipped up. Actually eating the ragworm, that one. Right, I better get him untangled and back into the water. Oh, he's untangling himself. Well, I did get a couple of knocks on this one. It slack-lined it. Slack-lined it again. I think it might be probably another reel on it or something. Yep, another reel. Small conger. Smallest congers you'll ever see. Oop, almost hit the camera with it. Tiny little conger reels. Right, we've just got slack line. Yep, small black bream. Unfortunately, it's a bleeder. It's got it in the gills. It's big enough. I mean, it's not big, but it is big enough to take. And if it's pouring with blood like that, just as well. It's a shame. First one I get tonight, and it's badly hooked. Let me just take it off there so you can get a good look, better look at it. One black bream. So I just packed the camera away. I was going to pack up the rod and go, and then the rod went, and I caught another bream. Slightly better size on this, but I'm still going to return it. But lovely little fish. But anyway, we are going to move. Like I say, we've started getting a couple here, but I'm still going to move. I want to see what other species we can get, because where we're going to go next, or where a bit further over, is where we had those small coalfish and pout and whiting and stuff. So I want to see what else is there. Well, we just got here, we've thrown the lines out, and we're getting some bites on the bottom rod. You might be able to see that. Probably pout, like what normally is down here. Just hoping I haven't cast on top of this one. Should be good. It's always very tight fish in here. Nope, nothing. Stripped the bait off the bottom up there. Baby fish. Probably having a go at this bit of scallop fill I got on here. So I've just got a couple of half decent bites on this one. This is the I've got squid and ragworm on this one. Just a 2-hook one. He's on there. It's probably a little pout. We'll check it. actually a bream. Didn't take it like a bream. Normally bream go like a rocket. Let's say that felt more like a little baby pout or something, but that's actually not a bad little bream, that. You just take that light off it again. Try and put my other light on it. It stops moving around for a minute. Get a better view of it. There we go. Yeah, it's not a bad bream. Well, we got something. I think it's time to change the batteries in my torches as well. They're all getting a bit crap. Oh, it's a whiting. Cool. Oh, cracking little fish. Unfortunately, he has swallowed that hook. Might be better to leave that in. Yeah. Right, I'm going to cut that hook off. I'm not going to try taking it out because it'll probably kill him. You see that? Turn that one off again. One small whiting. Right, let's get him back in the water. Somebody's having a nibble on the bait. Yeah, we'll check the bait. Might be on there, you might not. Oh, needs to do that. It feels like there's a bit of weight on here. A bit too much weight, to be honest. It must be seaweed. Maybe a crab. You never know. Could be a fish. Fog's coming down as well. It's getting a bit sort of foggy. Oh, we've got something. Another whiting, maybe. Sure looks like it. Yep, another whiting. Funny things, whiting. They got lovely little fish. Got some real razor little sharp teeth though. It's quite funny actually. I just did a really terrible cast with this rod here, and it kind of nosedived straight down. Well, not straight down, but not where I wanted it. And it's actually getting bites. So just shows, as long as it's in the water. About 40 minutes to high tide. Small fish again. I think I may have snagged my other line. Yep. And there's a fish on there as well. Another whiting. And a mess. Let me get this fish off first. Well, they're getting a bit bigger. Not a great bit bigger, but definitely getting bigger. Might There you go, one whiting. Just getting back in. Off he goes. Right, sort this mess out now. Well, it's high tide now. Still not much happening apart from these nibbly little whiting or bream, whatever they are out there nibbling away. Right, well, I think I'm going to call it there. Not a lot's happening, so time to make our way back. Just got to get these bits of bait off. There we go. Right, well, I'm making my way back. I'm about halfway up. I've just stopped for a breather. So all in all, it wasn't bad. It was only a bit of a fun trip, really. It wasn't really anything, you know, too serious. Or, I mean, we had, what did we get? We got 2 congers, 3 bream, and 3 whiting, was it? Or was it 4 whiting? I think it was 3. Doesn't matter anyway. Yeah, I mean, there was nothing exceptionally big. The bream were okay. They weren't massive. I mean, one was small, obviously. I put everything back. Like I say, I do take some bream and red mullet, that sort of thing, but only when they're decent size. And I mean, quite often a lot of these fish are too small, especially the red mullet. Best to wait to get a big one. You don't get anything off these things really if you take the small ones. So. But anyway, an okay trip, like I say. I've been on a lot worse trips. In fact, I did one the other week. 4 hours of fishing off the shore, nothing. So it beat that trip hands down. And it beat the boat trips, really, because the boat trips have been terrible. I caught more tonight off the shore than I've caught in the boat in 2 days. Anyway, there you go. So, another fishing trip. And the main thing is I picked up a ragworm, which was my aim, to get some ragworm, and I also picked up quite a bit more. So the plan is another fishing mission tomorrow. Now my plan is to see if I can get some red mullet, although red mullet, they sort of feed at night. I prefer to fish for them in dawn, but it's getting the tides and the dawn and all that timed together, and when that's going to happen, there's going to be a 4-6 here, so I won't be able to fish then. But anyway, we'll give it a go tomorrow, and we'll see what we catch, and if I catch something, we'll make a video of it.